Hello Mousers! With the Mars Curiosity rover landing successfully, I think this starts a new age of post-government large budget types of projects and more low-key but getting the job done, small vehicles going around and doing science for us. So, well done! I think it's amazing that we've managed to get a working lander back on Mars. So I'm looking forward to what comes out of it. We've already had some spectacular images and I'm looking forward to some more. Okay, that's not really what I want to talk about today though. What I want to talk about is all this problem that's been coming around with the Olympics and the fact that they've copyrighted just about every word and image that could go with the Olympics in order to protect their sponsors, which are giving exorbitant amounts of money to a sporting event. And a lot of people are trying to get around the fact that a lot of this stuff is actually protected by law in Britain because of the Olympics Act that came out to make sure that this went through smoothly. And people are putting up Olympic squares, doing London's misspelled using 2102 Omniumplix and things like that instead of spelling London 2012 Olympics. And what I want to say is, yes, it's very clever and it's funny, it's really great that you're trying to do this, but you've got to be careful of the law of passing off. Now, passing off is mostly used to protect unregistered trademarks rather than copyrighted materials, but it's possible to fall foul of it anyway. If you're using a mark as your trademark and it's unregistered, even if it's a copyrighted image such as London 2012 Olympic logo or whatever you want to use, then you've got to be very careful of using that or something similar, because if the reasonable person in the street would look at it and think that's the Olympics, then you're probably going to be liable for passing off. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. What actually is passing off? Basically, it's if you produce an image, a word, a phrase or anything that is used as a trademark by someone else, or something that is sufficiently similar to a trademark that's used by someone else, so that the reasonable person, who is basically the average person in the street, would think that your image or text or whatever is their image or text or whatever, then you are liable for passing off. You are liable for representing yourself as if you are the other party. Now, this can go the other way, of course. We can have reverse passing off, as it's called, which is where you claim that the other party's stuff is your stuff, or someone else's work, such as someone's designed or built a building, and you claim that you did it. Then that's reverse passing off. That's assuming their stuff and claiming that it's yours, rather than using your stuff and claiming that it's theirs. Now, passing off isn't a criminal offence, whereas some of the stuff that the Olympics have managed to copyright technically is a criminal offence, so you've got to be careful there. Passing off is a tort, which is a civil offence, tort being the French for wrong, and since the majority of the legal system in England is based on French, we kept the word, because we do that. So, you can't go to jail for passing off, but you can get severe fines, and you can have county court injunctions against you. So, if you get one of them, you get a CCJ, it's going to damage your credit rating, for example. So there are financial sanctions on you rather than criminal ones. But at the same time, is there much difference when it comes down to ruining your business? So you've got to be very careful there. So what I would advise with the people that are doing these squares and things like that is, remember, you can't pass off. You can't use this stuff that you're doing here as a bit of a joke to sell your products, for example, because that's not allowed. You could be regarded as passing off in order to appear like an official Olympic sponsor and things like that. So my advice is, be very careful. Remember that if it's all a joke, you've got the defence of satire to a certain extent, because we don't have fair use here, we have fair dealing, and it's more restrictive. But anyway, that's all I've got time for. I'm not going to give you huge amounts of legal advice on how to get around copyrights, because it would be a bit of a bad idea, considering my business is based on producing copyrighted material. So, okay, that's all I've really got time for today. If you like this video, remember to click the like button, share it with your friends so they know what passing off is and what the dangers are as well, and subscribe for future videos. Until next time, I've been Kirk-Robinson, you've been watching a video, and I'll see you tomorrow.